Hello everyone, today we learn about variation of mass with velocity. Without wasting any time, let's begin. In this video, we will find the relativistic expression of mass, that is the velocity y is of mass. So first of all, consider a stationary frame like this stationary frame. It has coordinate like x, y and z, and this is the frame stationary frame, so we take as is frame. Now consider another frame. We should have translational motion along x-axis with respect to this is frame, so that is another frame, that is the prime frame. We take this and it has a motion with velocity v along the x-axis, okay, and the coordinate of this frame is x prime, z prime and y prime. Now consider two particles in s prime frame which are going to collide with each other. The other and the two particles are identical, so they have both of them have same mass, so take them mass m prime. Both of them have the same velocity, that is u prime, to each other, so that is minus u prime. So after collision, the velocity of the combined particle would be 0 because they would be at rest. But for an observer of s frame, this case will not be same to him. The mass m prime, that is first mass, would be like m1, and second mass would be like m2, and to him the velocity of the first mass be like e1 in this direction. So with the e1 and velocity of the second mass would be due to in the direction. So after collision, the this product will be not at rest, so they have velocity v, that is the velocity of the his prime frame, velocity of the his prime frame, okay. So that is v. Now we have to consider the conservation of momentum, that is from the conservation of momentum in s prime frame, that is from the moving frame we get momentum before collision, that is m prime u prime minus m prime u prime equals to 0. And for his frame his the conservation would like momentum before collision is m1 e1 plus m2 u2, and after collision it is m1 plus m2 into velocity v, that is the velocity of the moving frame is prime, okay. Now we take this equation number 1. Now from the velocity addition theorem of Einstein, we get by this theorem we can get the value of u1 and u2 for this frame, so that is like u1, that is equal to u prime plus v by u, 1 plus u prime v by c square, and similarly for u2 that should be minus u prime plus v by 1 minus u prime v by c square. Now take this term u prime v by c square as x. So for this we get u1 equal to u prime v plus by 1 plus 6. Similarly for you to get minus u prime plus v by 1 minus x, because we considered that x equal to u prime v by c square. Now using this value of u1 and u2 in equation 1, we can get like this. So put this value of v on nu2 in equation 1. From this we get the m1 into value of u1, that is u prime plus v by 1 plus 6 plus m2 into they have u2 cu minus u plus v by 1 minus u prime v by c square 36, and that is equal to m1 plus m2 into v, and after multiplying this we get m1v plus m2v. Now take all the m1 terms to the left side and all the m2 terms to the right side. So after that we get like this, taking one coming, so we get that's equal to m2 to the right side. V minus u prime plus v by 1 minus x. Now you have to just simplify this, that is same 1 into 1 plus 6 u prime plus v dash vx is equal v minus vx is equal to em2 into v, that is 1 minus 6 into v minus vx plus u prime minus v. Now this v and this v cancelled out, and this v cancelled out, so we get that is m1 into u prime minus vx by 1 plus 6, that's equal to m2 into u prime minus vx by 1 minus 6. Now this term and this term are similar, so there you cancel out, so remaining terms m1 by 1 plus 6, that's equal to m2 by 1 minus x, and from this m1 by m2 have the value of 1 plus 6 by 1 minus 6, and you take this equation, our equation number 2. Okay, now go to our this concentration, that is C1 equal to u prime plus b by 1 plus 6, so u1 that is u prime plus v by 1 plus x. Now take square on both sides, so we get u1 square equal to u prime plus v by 1 plus x whole square, so that is equal to our producing the formula of square we get like this by 1 plus twist x plus x square. Now subtract c square from this term u1 square, so that is you must command c square, that is equal to u1 u prime square plus v square plus 2u prime v minus c square. After subtracting, this would be like this, by this term. Now go to our previous considerations for x. So we considered that the follow of x, that is u prime v by c square. So from this we get there at c square x, that is equal to u prime v. Now square x is equal to u prime v. Now using this we can say that 3 terms square x is equal to this term u prime v. So the two terms cancelled out, so the remaining terms will be u prime square plus v square minus c square x square. There is distance, by we can write this term as whole square of 1 plus 6, so 1 plus x whole square, thus we get the value of 1 square minus c square, and similarly we can get the value of u2 square minus square. So using this on similar case, we get that u2 square minus c square, that's equal to similar calculation, and after this would get like so. 1 minus x whole square into u 1 prime square plus v square minus c square x minus 6 square x square, thus we get 1 square, and u2 square minus divide these two terms, that is e1 square minus c square with this term, that is u2 square minus c square, we get K1 before, and we put the value there. You like your m square plus v square minus c square x square by 1 plus x whole square, and we get the value of u2 square minus c square, that is the value this. So put the value, and we get by 1 minus x whole square, and you can see there these two terms are same, so they are cancelled. So remaining terms are 1 minus x whole square by 1 plus x whole square. Okay, now if we take inverse of this term, just take inverse of this term, so I get 1 plus x whole square by 1 minus x whole square, they are equal to u2, they are equal to u2 minus c square by u1 minus square. Now divide this term with c square, so divide this term which is square, and we get that is u2 square minus c square by c square divided by u1 square minus c square by c square. Okay, after deviation we get this equal to u2 square by c square minus 1 by u1 square by c square minus 1. Now if you take minus 1 coming from both of them, then you get minus of 1 minus u2 square by c square by minus of 1 minus u1 squared by c squared, and this minus n minus cancel out, so they cancelled. So remaining terms 1 minus u2 square by c square and by 1 minus u1 square by c square, and from this if you take square root or square root on both sides of this equation, then we get that is 1 plus 6 divided by 1 minus 6, that's equal to square root of 1 minus u2 square by c squared by square root of 1 minus u1 squared by c square. Okay, and in equation 2 we have already got the value of 1 plus x by 1 minus x of this value. From equation 2 we can see that the value of m1 by m2, that is 1 plus cells by 1 minus x. Using equation 2 we can get this equal to m1 by m2. So put this value, that is m1 by m2. From this if we multiply this term with term and term, then we get m2 into root over 1 minus u2 square by c square, that's equal to m1 into root over that is square root 1 minus u1 square by c square. You can see that the product of mass m2 that is mass, and this term similarly the mass and term is same, so that is constant term. So we can say protomass into root over 1 minus velocity square by c square is constant, that is constant, and we take constant as mass. M naught, that is the rest mass of the particle from his friend frame. So from the get the value of m to m naught by root over square root of 1 minus u square by c square. Thus we get the expression of relativistic mass, that is m equal to m naught by root over 1 minus u square by c square.